myself, I filled it in. No time for that doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
Found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes. They gonna take it.
This is what we got to tell.
Every fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We have a great episode for y'all today. Man, we got a mixture of some NFL and NBA topics. I'm going to let y'all know what we're talking about before I bring up these two superstars. I mean, I think that's Tomo Dave, Jordan Poole. Sit right there, man. Sit right there. You're going to mess with the screen. Sit right there. But look, though. You about to say something, Tomo?
No. I was talking to somebody who was like, "Is that Mark?" And I was telling him, "Yeah, Mark, that's Mark right there." I wasn't here.
Why he got first place glasses on?
I wasn't here when we beat y'all. You wasn't here when we beat y'all, so I had to wear the shades.
I didn't get the invite to the show.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay.
That's all.
I was those last face glasses for the Wizards we're going to talk about today? I was confused, but
no. They need some bifocals. They need to see a dub. That's what they
need binoculars.
That's funny. Dang, I feel like that Cowboys game was a long time ago. Dang.
I know.
42 points ago.
That's why I kept the prop simple. So simple.
All right, y'all. We got a great show for y'all today. As y'all can see, we got two great guys on with me today. But look, though, before I introduce them, we got to talk about the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions just beat the Green Bay Packers for the second time this year. Will they be are they a lock? I'm going to say a lock. Will they finish the season as the number one seed? We got to talk about that. Brock Bowers, he hasn't really received love from this show all year. He's been balling. Does he have a chance to win Offensive Rookie of the Year? We have to talk about that. Hey, who's the MVP frontrunner? Some people say Josh Allen. Some people say Saquon. Some people say Lamar. Some people got another vote. Jared Goff. Who's the front runner right now as we speak? We're not doing not so average top five. Everybody gonna have an input on this one. Can't wait to hear what my fellas got to say. And we're going to switch to the NBA. You see Tomo's background. You know, Mark is ashamed to put that on his background, but he's a Wizards fan also. The Wizards are on a 16-game losing streak. We had to react to that because this is crazy. This is ridiculous. And this early in the season. I think he only played 16 games. All right, and then we got to talk about the NBA Cup. The bracket is finally set. Y'all got to check out RBO, Real Ball Zone. He went through the Cup bracket. But we're going to give our predictions on who's going to win the whole thing this year. Would it be the Lakers? Sorry, I'm just playing. They not even in the bracket. But we got to talk about it. And lastly, upset alert. Upset alert. I know Tom will say he got a new name for it, but we're going to give that to y'all on Tuesday with that. Upset alert pick for the NFL week. We got to talk about that. But like I said, I got two of my bros with me. Davey Dollar's not here right now, but I got Mark here for him, you know, representing my Commanders, you know, Jada Daniels finest, right? JD5, you know, showing 42 points, like he said. And then we got my man, Mr. Your Done Son himself, Tomo, co-host of In the Red Corner, representing his 2-game win streak Cowboys. How y'all doing, fellas?
Thanks for that 2 games. You know what I mean? Thanks for one of those 2 games. You giving us a little bit of hope, Joe. You're giving us a little bit of hope. If we find a way to win on Monday, that's a lot of hope. But other than that, man, I'm doing good. Feels good to be back. It seemed like me and Dave doing the seesaw. But we gonna promise all 3 of us gonna be here on Tuesday. I know that. So yeah. But I'm good. How y'all?
Good, man. It's the same week we lost to Dallas. I beat Tomo in the fantasy. So it was a win's a win. But outside of that, just had a bad November. I'm glad it's December. So
Just
I'm
period,
glad
right?
it's December.
Hold on. Was that the Commanders' first win in November?
No, we didn't win in November.
Oh, that was December 1st.
Yeah.
Not just like the Wizards.
I know, right? Both of your teams.
November was not a good
November.
month.
Dang, DC was winless in December. In November. Golly. Shout out to the Caps. But look, we got a great show for y'all today. So make sure y'all like this video on 3 different platforms: Facebook, YouTube, and X. So we are streaming on all 3 platforms. Subscribe and follow on all 3 platforms. You can follow us everywhere at Refuse to Lose Sports, but on X at R2L Sports. So make sure y'all do that. And send this video or this live to somebody that you know so they can come on and watch live with you, because they could be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. Shout out to my boy Davey Dollars. It's only right, out to let's go. But Tomo, it's Friday. Dave always say, what people do on Friday? They turn up. Let's turn up.
Bruh.
There you go. I found it. I couldn't find the button. That's all.
Turn me up.
Took a day off. I lost my powers.
And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, hope you got your powers back. The floor is yours.
Man, I hope so too, because this team almost looked like they lost their powers last night on Thursday. Man, when I tell you, Amazon Prime definitely watched and refused to lose. Because remember last year, we was like, bro, all these games on Thursday are terrible. Terrible. Ever since then, these rivalry games have been turned up. We got Jameis Winston in the snow, and then we got the Detroit Lions going out to a fast run, and then the Packers almost making a comeback. But some people, not some people, I think everybody in Philadelphia, a few people on ESPN, more so AJ from Unfazed, has been saying it. The Eagles may be the best team in the NFC or the NFL for some people. I still think it's the Detroit Lions. But after last night, we got to ask, will the Lions finish as the first seed? The Motor City Maulers, they found a way to beat, like I said, to beat the Packers 34-31. 10 straight wins. Can they keep it up? Joe, who finished with the number 1 seed?
They got a big game next week. They got to play Buffalo. But I'm going to say the Detroit Lions will finish the season off as number 1 seed. They will. Because, I have no reason to believe otherwise, other than the fact that you got Philly on their tails, and Philly has a quote-unquote easier schedule down the stretch. But, it's an NFL. You can call it easy schedule, but anything can happen, all right? But Detroit has won in every way you could think of. They've won in blowout fashion. They've won in blowout fashion without the offense doing too much. They won off of just strictly turnovers. They won when they turn the ball over 5 times in the game and still won. They win in shootouts. They win in low-scoring games. And they just win. So I know the upcoming schedule, they got Buffalo, which is a tough team, obviously, another team that's fighting for a number 1 seed in their conference. And they play at home, which is a plus. They also got Chicago, who almost beat them, right, in Detroit on Thanksgiving, and they will be playing in Chicago. Chicago is rejuvenated, new head coach. They already they've been playing better with the new offensive coordinator. And then they got Dave's 49ers, which is a sneaky game right there for them. Playing in San Francisco, depending on what 49ers is sitting at, playing for the playoff season. And they cap the season off, they got Minnesota. Who knows where Minnesota's at? They also fighting for the number 1 seed, right? They're right there. But I'm going to say Detroit's going to hang in there with this tough schedule and roll into, and they might get another loss. I don't think they have to win out to get the number 1 seed. I think Philly will receive another loss before the season is over with. So I'm going to say, yes, Detroit will finish with the number 1 seed.
Joe, I said the same thing. Like, Detroit's schedule is a little hard. Was a lot harder than the Eagles, but the Eagles have losable games. I feel like they got more losable games because they got 2 division play. They still got to fight the Cowboys, and they got the Washington Commanders. And on top of that, the Eagles got to fight. They play the Steelers, which is a run stopping team. So we're gonna see what they can do against Saquon. So I think they got 3 losable games in their schedule. I don't think they're gonna lose all 3 of the games, but they're definitely gonna be games that they can lose. And if you look at Detroit, like you said, they know how they found a way to win in every situation they had throwing 5 interceptions in the game. Like just playing defense, being tough, just sticking it out. They got everything they need to do to win. Like they got everything they need this year to make a real serious playoff push. And in order for that playoff push for them to happen, to get to the Super Bowl, it got to go through Detroit. Like they have to have home field advantage. If they don't have home field advantage, it's going to be a different type of game. And like you said, I don't think they got to win out. I feel like they might be able to lose one game. I feel like it's going to probably be the last game of the season. The Eagles, I know they are really a good football team. They are one of the best football teams in the league right now. And as much as I hate the Eagles, as much as I hate to say it, they are really sneaky. I think the Vikings is not going to sneak up on them. They're going to be a wild card team because I don't think the Vikings will be able to beat them. I don't think the Vikings will be able to stay in the game as much as you should say. They started off hot, and we all thought they was about to start the fumble, and then they came back, and they still as good as we thought they were. So, I mean, a lot of people probably owe Minnesota an apology. I know I'm one of them guys that owe them an apology.
Me too.
But Detroit is I feel like they will finish with that number 1 seed. I know the Eagles are really, really close, but looking at the schedule, the Lions still got the Bills, the 49ers, the Bears, and the Vikings, which is no easy task because 3 of those are division games. I mean, 2 of them are division games. And then the 49ers, like Joe said, is a sneaky team. You don't know which 49ers team you're going to get, if they're going to ball out that day, if the defense going to show up or not. And then with the Bills, you got the MVP candidate, Josh Allen, they're going against. I know the FJA club hate that, but, they still got that game. So it's a harder schedule, to be honest with you, but I feel like they can win these games. And I feel like they can win these games. And I feel like the Eagles is harder because the Eagles got what they call it, they got something on their back right now. Like everybody want to kill the Eagles. Like that's just the way of the league. They put together so well. So everybody just want that game. They want to beat the Eagles. So I feel like they're gonna come harder for that game. Pause. Then they're gonna come harder for that game. I said it twice. Yeah, they're gonna go harder for that game. That's it. So yeah, let me just stop. I'm good. That's it.
I said it twice. Now, sitting here thinking about this question, and I had to go back to week 2 or week 3 when Joe made us say, "Look, man, we all show we need to pick who we think is going to be the best team in the NFL, even if it doesn't come out to be true. We need to say who it is." And I said the Lions. One, because of the free agency moves that they made, wasn't a lot. Drafting, they did it right by the draft. They actually just built on the season that they had against the 49ers. And for them to keep playing like this, and like Joe said, they find ways to win. It's kind of like that boxer where you just like, he's not that good, but he just found ways. How is he winning these fights? It's like Floyd. You know what? Floyd is great. And Floyd just found ways to win fights. When he went up against knockout artists, he just found ways to beat them. Regardless of what it was, he always found a way to win. And that's what they've been doing. And as I keep talking about this, I was like, well, the Eagles was doing this last year up until about this point. They were finding ways to win, and then they just fell off a cliff. I don't think that's going to happen this year because they got Saquon. So every time it looks like one of those games where they're about to fall off the cliff, they hand the ball off to 2-6, and he take off about 40 yards. And it's like, well, we got a touchdown. We go back, defense do something nice, and we'll give it back to 2-6 again. Or was it 2-5? It's probably 2-6.
2-6.
Okay, yeah, you can tell how much I wish I would have drafted Saquon Barkley in our fantasy league. I probably wouldn't have lost the mark that week. But I think the Lions will finish with the number 1 seed because everyone's saying the Eagles have an easier schedule, and they more so are talking about because they play the Panthers this week. Well, the Panthers have been playing good all the way up until, they've been playing decent. They've been fighting out. Almost was 2 for 2 without upsets. And outside of that Adam Thielen callback, and I'm still mad at the rest of that one because that looked like a touchdown. But hey, looks like it reminded me of a Dez moment, but I ain't gonna say too much. Yeah, Dave, you got them. But they still gotta play Pittsburgh. I'm with you on that one too, Mark. Like we gotta see what they're gonna do against Pittsburgh. Now, if they go out, who knows? Maybe they overlook Carolina and they lose a game. Now they out of the question for the number 1 seed, and then we gotta go look at Brother Jacob's Vikings. Because, again, I know what you're saying about the Vikings, and I want to keep saying it about the Vikings, but every time I look up, they win a game. Yep. And I'm like, man, are they going to find a way to lose? Like, what's up with this NFC North? They're all just finding ways to win games, and the Packers try to find a way to win a game. The only team that's like finding a way to lose is the Bears, and that goes back to Eberflus. So to answer the question, I think the Lions will finish it out, but it is going to be a tough run. And most people say they do have to win out, but I'll say come back in 2 weeks after I see what the Eagles do with Pittsburgh. If they beat Pittsburgh, then the Lions have to win out. Other than that, I think they got it.
Here's the thing: the Lions can afford to lose to the Bills,
Okay,
because both of the Eagles' losses are to NFC teams.
that's the
They lost
Buccaneers,
to-
right?
They lost to the Buccaneers and the Falcons. By the way, the
Okay.
Buccaneers are the only team in the league that beat the Lions and the Eagles. Crazy. But the Lions lost to the Bucks also. They lose to the Bills. They win that tiebreaker with the Eagles. Now, what it might come down to is, like Mark said, if Philly, like you said, that Pittsburgh game is important. I feel like it's important for this whole scenario, because if Philly could skate by Pittsburgh, then, but if Detroit skate by the Bills, if Detroit could survive this week, then it will be tough. Like, okay, I'm gonna say this: if they get by the Bills, it puts more pressure on Philly. Because it puts more pressure on Philly. So I think that it might, if Detroit takes another L and Philly don't, it would come down to that final game. Because of your division record, because both of them are undefeated in their division. So, hey, Mark, we might got something to say about this tiebreaker. So I gotta say, you too.
I would say we all might could ruin some dreams. We lose to the Bengals. I'm here to ruin some playoff fantasy. You know what I mean?
I didn't know y'all playing in fantasy league. That's funny.
Yeah, it was a good bad week for me.
But you bounced back though.
I mean, something about me in that number one spot, man. It's only 1 week. I can only lose it for 1 week. Playoffs start this week, though, man. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens.
Take it for you for 1 week, and you took it back.
He took it last week because of Mark.
Playoffs start this week?
Next week.
It's the last regular season.
That's next week.
Oh yeah.
JD on the bye week right now. I need my quarterback. Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna lie. I watch FFC every time it comes on, and if the playoffs would have started this week, me and Coach would have had to fight because Lamar Jackson on bye week too.
Yeah.
We ain't about to do that.
Yeah.
Nah. But
that's funny.
Speaking of JD5 being on a bye week, and it's funny they put both y'all teams on a bye week. That's a little interesting. I had that.
And the Broncos.
They must have knew something. I should have paid attention to that, man. I've been telling Tyler, man, he got it for like 3 days, man. Thanks a lot, Joe, with that shout out. He just keeps sending it to me. Like, I told you we was gonna win. Let's talk about another play in that division. Bow, bow, bow.
And shout out to Cortland Sutton too.
It looked like Bo Nix, the only person that can throw to him. I see. Like, man, I did not think this was gonna be like that. But hey, every Walmart has a sale. Fellas, can Brock Bowers win offensive rookie of the year? Hold up. This is how I know I read this too fast. All right, Mark, my bad for what we was talking about backstage. I thought you were saying like an offensive player or something, but rookie of the year?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be good. Can Brock Bowers win offensive rookie of the year? Because we just talked about Bo Nix and we just talked about JD5. But there's a tight end that came from Georgia, and I'm surprised that the Eagles didn't go get him because they love players from Georgia. But Brock Bowers plays for the Raiders. Right now, this kid right now is 84 receptions, 884 yards. He's 4th in the league and 4th in touchdowns in 12 games. The stats are there. But I don't have a dog in this fight. Mark, you have the number one leader in this fight. Do you think Brock Bowers can take that spot?
Hey, before Mark go, can I get something quick?
Go ahead.
All right. This is had nothing to do with the top. I'm gonna say this real quick. This is scary for Eagles fans. A bettor in Kentucky is backing the Philadelphia Eagles to defeat the Carolina Panthers on Sunday with a $3.1 million wager, one of the largest bets ever reported to an NFL regular season game. So somebody putting all their chips to the table on that game. That's usually not a good sign. No.
Nah, but they can win that game. They got that.
No sense.
They got that.
You know something. Corey Vincent, right?
They got to know a lot because the Eagles lose to the Panthers. That's just an off day.
And I feel like it might not be because the Panthers have been playing really good for the last 3-4 weeks. So
but Eagles different monster though.
Eagles is different. They got safety. So
I can't.
All right, go ahead, Brock Bowers.
all right. So like he was saying, 84 receptions, 4 in touchdowns. Brock Bowers, if this was last year, this would be Brock Bowers' award. But it's a quarterback-driven league, and I think Brock Bowers is currently like plus 1,000 to win the Rookie of the Year. JD is like negative 220, and Bo Nix is plus 180. He played 12 games, mind you, and he's 84 receptions. I think he's leading tight ends and catches, like all tight ends.
Leading everybody.
Yeah, he's leading everybody in catches, and that's amazing. But Jaden Daniels was, Pepsi Rookie of the Week 8 out of 13 weeks. That's more than half. So I mean, like, who's really, it's really JD's award to lose. He would really have to lose out and then have a bad game every game for the rest of the season from the losers award. And then even if something like that did happen, Bo Nix will have to have a bad game for the rest of the season and lose out. Because again, it's a quarterback's award. And I knew Brock Bowers was going to be something special because I wanted us to trade up to get him.
Me too.
And I said if we was talking about, in the beginning of the season, if we didn't draft Jaden Daniels and kept Sam Howell to see what he could actually do behind a better offensive line and everything like that, I was saying, look, let's trade back. Let's get Brock Bowers. That's who I wanted to draft. Let's trade back and get him. He's solid in the tight end room. But it's just a quarterback. It's unfortunate because he's having an amazing season. Amazing rookie season. It's just unfortunate because it's a quarterback-driven league. And on top of him not being the quarterback, he don't have the wins to back up Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jaden Daniels has wins and Bo Nix has wins, impressive wins. Both of them do. But like I was saying, it's 8 out of 13 or 8 out of 14 weeks has belonged to Jaden Daniels, and that's more than half of the season. He had a bad November, but I give you that. It ain't even really bad. The team hasn't really played well in November, and JD has been off. Bo Nix started the season off. First 6 games, he was trash. We ain't know what was going on, and then he picked it up. He had played the most games in college, Bo Nix did, and then it was Jaden Daniels. So I mean, I can see that it's coming to fruition and everything like that. What they drafted, but with Brock Bowers, it's just as impressive as he's been. He won't win it because he don't got the wins. The team doesn't have the wins, and like I said before, it's a quarterback-driven league.
So since Devontae Adams got traded, right, in weeks, I think it was just about week 6 or week 7, Bowers been their go-to target. So I can see why his numbers have risen because it's like, well,
who else they got?
Exactly. It's just like it's kind of like Courtland Sutton, you know what I mean? I had to take my shot back. But what did it say? 83.3 receiving yards per game. That's up from 64 in the first 6 weeks. And he got 200 receiving yard games. So even showing off from the tight end spot. And even I think when they played the Chiefs, Kelsey came over there and was like, hey, man, keep balling out because you're doing your thing right now. I.e., you in my division and I'm kind of on my way. I'm swifting my way out of the league. And you kind of tailor-made to be the next tight end in this actual division. So can he win it? Nah, you started too late. The way Jaden Daniels started off this season and how the chat was turned up. I mean, you can go back. If you're new to Refuse to Lose, go back for the first week of the season. I mean, first week to second week to third week to fourth week to fifth week to sixth week. Well, you got to see Joe with the shades on. This is first place. And then Mark, I'm not going to bring up what me and Mark talked about, but everybody know where the expectations went with JD. So now it's just you have to, the way you can shift the whole fan base perspective on a culture of a team, that's what JD brought into the Commanders. And the stats don't lie. The ratings the stats were there, the ratings were there, the accuracy percentage, I've been hearing about it for about 9 weeks now. So that's there. And Bo Nix, I tried to throw up a fight for you, Bo Nix, but it was tough because, again, JD got the wins and he got the numbers to back him. Now, the only way he can lose it, Brock Bowers, at this point, Brock Bowers, you really don't have a shot unless both quarterbacks just say they don't want to play football no more. Other than that, it's going to be tough for you to jump Bo and JD. but he's definitely having a good season. I'm with you. Another thing I agree with you on, Mark, is if this was last year, flat out, they would be talking about him. He would be getting commercials and everything. That's how good he's playing right now. But when Shador get there, he's gonna really turn up.
Yeah, he going. I got him going to the Raiders too. So that's funny.
Yeah.
All right. So what I like about these awards, I know we say it's a quarterback award, but it's like your impact on winning is important to win these awards. That's why when we do the MVP award, I think your impact on winning, like your winning ways, comes first, and then the stats. You know what I mean? So Bowers, man, it's just sad that that his team is not winning, and the two rookies that are ahead of him are in the playoff picture. I know Ty, he put this right here, his comment. Shout out to Ty. He said in the past 10 years, only 4 QBs have won Offensive Rookie of the Year. You're right. But this year is different because you have 2 QBs that are rookies are in the playoff picture. If any of these QBs, I don't care how their stats are down the road, if any of these QBs get to the playoffs, they're going to win Rookie of the Year because the impact on winning. So I don't think if Brock Brown was here last year, he would have won. It would have been C.J. Stroud still. Think about it. Puka Nacua both the rookie record in receiving yards, and he didn't win it. He wasn't even in the conversation for real. We all knew CJ was going to win because he took a number 2 overall draft team to the playoffs in his first year. Now, Bo Nix, the Broncos were good last year. They were right there in the playoffs. They could have made the playoffs, but they benched. Remember, they were on a win streak. They benched Russell Wilson. They kind of tanked basically, but they were right there to make the playoffs. The Commanders were the number 2. They won 4 games last year. Number 2 picking the draft, and they get to the playoffs in the NFC East. You know what I mean? So like, that's why I think that if any rookie make the playoffs, he can't win it. But to talk about how good of a season he's having, like I said, he got 84 receptions, was leading the NFL. He has 884 yards, which is 4th in the NFL, only behind 3 great receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Terry McLaurin. You know what I mean? So he's on track to have 119 receptions, 1,252 yards. He's on track to break Sam Laporta's receiving rookie record receptions, which is 86. He's going to break that next game. Zach Ertz, he's on track to break Zach Ertz tight end reception record, which is 116. We're not talking about rookie, we're talking about tight ends in history. He's on track to break that. Mike Ditka, he had 1,076 receiving yards in tight end in 1961. He's on track to break that by almost 200 yards. And Kelsey had 1,461 yards. That's the most in tight end history in one season. He looked like he's on track to fall short of that. Now, I'm going to say this. If he somehow averaged 115.4 yards per game now in the season, and he breaks Zach Ertz' tight end record and Kelsey's tight end record, he might have a shot. I'm gonna say that would be having the best tight end receiving season in history in your rookie year. Think about that. So, but the fact that you got 2 quarterbacks in the playoff picture, it's gonna be tough. They gotta fall out the playoff picture for him to win. He did win Rookie of the Month too, by the way, in November.
The 1 month that y'all lost all y'all games.
But Bo Nix won it 1 month before that.
Okay, I give you that one. But even if he does average 115 and break a record, sometimes they don't look at the records just to give you the awards. Like somebody's gonna go back to that winning. So they're gonna look at JD or Bo Nix and they're gonna say, yeah, he has the stats, but what about the winning? Because I had a cornerback break a record, and they was just like, well, he gave up this many yards. So they're gonna find a way to kind of poke holes in.
And what was Bo Nix drafted? He was like pick number
9th.
You said 9?
9th.
And JD was pick number 2. So who team was really in a worse spot last year?
JD.
Exactly. So I mean, Bo Nix came into a better situation than JD did. I know JD came in with new ownership, new coaches, but that's all a wild card because you don't know. Everything is new.
That's true.
Bo Nix went into a stable situation. They got a good front office. Denver does. They got a good head coach. So he went into a better situation, coming to the season than JD did. And JD is, did what it's just if he does break those records that you were saying, like to be the best tight end of all time in this rookie season, that is a crazy stat. And he might jump one of the quarterbacks, but whoever the top quarterback is, he ain't gonna beat it. He ain't gonna break it. But he probably jumped one of the quarterbacks if they.
I was about to say, Dave, you beat me to it.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't think the Broncos won that much stable though, because there was questions about their GM and how they ran their front office. Sean Payton had his questions with the whole Russell Wilson situation. He was like, is he really the coach that we need?
Was it worse than Washington?
They had a solid defense though.
Yeah,
and they were on a win streak, bro, and they were like they were legit. They were like a 6-game win streak, I think.
And they had Russell Wilson as a quarterback. I mean, it wasn't like all Russell's fault, but they was losing. There was a lot going on with the team, like during the game. But I mean, they had a solid defense. They had they O-line was left.
Can I reply to Ty real quick? Ty keep naming non-quarterbacks who won Rookie of the Year on bad teams. Give me, was there a quarterback in that same year as a rookie that went to the playoffs? The answer is no. The reason why Brock Bowers is not winning it because you got 2 quarterback rookies who are leading their teams to the playoffs. That's why Brock Bowers, he's third on the list. Y'all think if the Broncos weren't in the playoff picture, Bo Nix would be in the race right now? No. I mean, he won't. I'm not saying the race. Brock Bowers probably be above him if they had the same record. It's the fact that they lead their teams to the playoff and the impact the quarterback has on winning is huge. So that's why
they're in the same division too. So
and it is in the division, and they beat the Raiders.
So yeah, that's where it gets tough. That's where it gets tough for Bowers because again, like you said, the quarterback has more impact on how you can win the game versus the tight end. Some people would say because he has the ball in his hand, he has to make the decision. So it goes to that. But JD walked into a questionable situation. I wouldn't say a bad situation because everything was new. It was more so questionable.
Yeah, that's what Mark said, like a wild card.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to. Okay, all right.
Wild card situation.
All right, so we was on the same page there.
But still, though, preseason projections, the offensive line is terrible. Oh, they don't have receivers, which all like the offense, like nobody had really trust in the offense. And then
talking about Bo?
Defense. No, I'm talking about Commanders.
Same was said about the Broncos too, though.
The Broncos, like defense,
we was last in defense. The O-line was horrendous. Like we had the most turnovers. The turnaround from Washington last year to this year is a better turnaround than Denver last year to this year.
And you got to think about the impact Jalen Daniels have on the turnaround too. You know the type of players. Like, I'm not even talking about on the field, off the field. Now look, I'm not into Broncos media like I am into Commanders media, so I don't know all the tangibles Bo Nix has, all that stuff. But Jalen Daniels have all the tangibles too. Like when you hear the locker room how they talk about him, the leadership he has, and all that stuff. Like Zach Ertz coming out and said like he's like Andrew Luck, and Andrew Luck is. He said that's the best quarterback he ever played with because of the energy he puts around the team.
Who said that?
Zach Ertz, who played with Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz. You know what I mean? Like he played with guys, and he said Dan Daniels the best one he's played with. He played with Kyler Murray also.
I mean,
and this before we even played the game, he said that.
But Kyler kind of set the bar low.
No, Kyler, I just threw him out there.
Yeah, I was like, Kyler set the bar low.
He played with Hurts though, right?
How long was his career with Hurts though? Was it about the same stint with I think he had the same stint with Hurts that he had the same. If he did, it probably was maybe 2 games, maybe because he was more. Carson Wentz was more of his quarterback than I think they got Dallas Goedert. Yeah.
Yeah, the year Hurts started full-time, I think he went to the Cardinals.
Yep. So he wasn't there for the motivational speeches, man. I don't know if he played with Hurts. I don't think he probably would have put them 2 on the same level. Because a lot of people got a lot of nice things to say about Jalen Hurts when they winning. When they losing, the fan base go a little left. But as far as his teammates, they always got his back.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not taking no more days off because I got me over here defending the Eagles. Let's talk about it.
I did it in chat and I never do it again. Never again. I had to defend Sirianni. Never again.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. You call him a top 5 coach.
Top 5?
Top 5.
Over who? Before we go to this next subject.
Look at his resume.
Before we go to
look at his resume. The overall resume speaks for itself.
I mean, look at his resume. He better than Everybody who hasn't won a ring.
Resume is better than everybody. I mean, the Eagles haven't lost. They've been looking like the best. I know they had a debacle last season, but other than that,
over who though? Is he 5?
Is he better than Kyle
this
Shanahan?
5. Only people I would put ahead of Sirianni is Andy Reid, Kyle Shanahan.
Why Kyle Shanahan though? He got a better record than Kyle Shanahan.
That's what
Just the coaching. I don't know. I'll put Tomlin ahead of him too.
But Tomlin, see, I'll give you see when you talk about resume, Tomlin, the guys who won. Kyle Shanahan won. And if we talk about resume, he better than Kyle Shanahan. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you're right.
They both
And
went,
you know,
Kyle been to more Super Bowls though. Kyle took more teams to the Super Bowl.
but he also been a coach longer.
If you want to
That's
throw in
true.
a
If
long
you
now I
just
feel like we're
look
talking
at
to
the last 5
Brian
years,
Jordan.
Last 5 years, Kyle.
The reason why I can't just go off Sirianni's resume is because, okay, have we ever seen a top 5 coach lose a season for a team? Now look at last year. I put down
Kyle up there.
Man, Jalen Hurts played like trash. He averaged a turnover, almost 2 every game for the last 7 games of the season.
That's a lie. The defense was trash. Jalen Hurts actually played good, and he started to turn. He did turn the ball over, but that was one of his best passing years in his career. Like look at our game. Look at the Chiefs. The Bills game. The Bills game. Jalen Hurts literally carried that team.
Yeah,
that
he won that
was
game.
trash.
He won that game.
And that defense, and then
Jalen Hurts
Sirianni
won that Bills game. I gotta give you that one.
Sirianni benched the defensive coordinator mid-season and put in what's his name? Cause that was the offensive coordinator for
Matt Patricia.
He
wouldn't have got Matt Patricia, yeah, as a counselor.
And guess who lost the game? The first game he coached. The defense. The Seahawks scored on the last drive in like 40 seconds. Defense failed him, and then he held back the offensive coordinator the whole year. That's all I heard Kevin say.
I know he worked for y'all too.
I know.
I seen that. I was like, man, this is crazy.
Look, Joe, I believe you. You are right. I am not defending the Eagles. You are right.
And then
out on TV.
No, Blaze, you're right. Hurst was bad, but Sirianni lost to that on locker room. Like the locker room was jacked up. It was funky over there in Philly. And that's all Sirianni. I put Hurst on that too, because I say, I praise Hurst for his leadership. Where was leadership last year? And also the relationship between him and his quarterback. Like you know what I mean? Like all that stuff is like they lost. That locker room was terrible. I never seen Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, all the injuries he dealt with. Even what's your boy name from the Lions?
Dan Campbell.
You think we'll ever see that locker room go crazy like Philly did? That's why I was telling AJ, like, yo, he said Dan Campbell has a 3-13. I'm glad we got an hour and a half show. Dan Campbell.
That's why I said we could talk about this right quick.
Dan Campbell has a 3-13 record on his resume. I'm like, bro, he inherited the Detroit Lions. I mean, yes, he's gonna be bad in the first year, but that program he built that year by year by year. And you look at Detroit, bro, do they got a bunch of superstars over there? No, they don't. They have a just a good culture. They have a good culture, bro. Culture is so good that Ben Johnson said, you know what, I'm gonna stay another year because I want to win a championship here. I like being here.
So outside of the Super Bowl loss season, what culture can you say the Eagles culture is bad? Because the only thing that's on his resume is those 6 games. Other than that, he's been winning. So I would say the culture is kind of set.
But here's the no. Here's the thing though. Okay, the first year they were terrible in the first half because of who? Sirianni. He was the play caller. He was terrible. Jalen Hurts was throwing the ball like 40 times a game. Remember against y'all? He was throwing the ball like crazy.
And when he found out he couldn't throw. That was the first time. And
then they said, you know what, Sirianni, hey, let's start in calling plays, bro. Then he started calling plays and they start winning, right? And then the next year they go to the Super Bowl. That's when he got all this praise. They went to the Super Bowl, he got all this praise. The following year after the Super Bowl, this happened last year. Now your boy Howie goes to work this offseason for the defense.
Last few seasons,
you know what I mean? So that's another thing. He has the best GM in the league. So Sirianni has always had a good team. Now the first year, I give him credit for that. They made the playoffs. And their roster wasn't all world, but they get smoked in the first round by the Buccaneers. So but he has an all world team. Even last year, they look bad. I can't say the same for Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay, bro. Like they have injuries every single year, and some reason they in the fight every time. Every time. Dan Campbell, like I said, he don't have the best roster. They lost their best defensive player and then they didn't miss a beat. They got Jared Goff as a quarterback.
This might be a stretch, but I think Sean McVay better than Kyle. If we talking head coaches.
You know what? I can't say that because but look, I can't say that.
Think about it.
Sean McVay got his Super Bowl playing the Bengals. You know what I mean?
But think about it though, Joe.
Think about it, Joe. Yeah,
let me tell you. Hold on, but let me tell you. Outside of that, think about Sean McVay got the ring, right? That was when they built that super team. Right after that, the GM had to blow it up because they had no salary cap space. After that, they found a way to make the playoff. That team has been competitive every single year.
Right.
Behind adversity. And the only thing that's been constant is Sean McVay.
And he made it there twice too. Also,
so, I'm just saying.
Tomo, I am not mad at that. If you want to say Sean McVay is better than Kyle Shanahan, I'm cool with that. You feel me? And Blaze, I agree. Nick did develop it. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm just saying he's not top 5. To me, I need to see more from him. I do need to see more from him. I can't.
I'm not mad at y'all saying top 5. I just wanted to know who was above him.
I'm not.
I mean, when I put mine out there, everybody agreed with me, but then they was just like, I had to say like, no order.
See, look. This comment right here. This is what AJ was on when he put Hurts top 3, and I was saying no, he's not top 3 because this, and I'm a hater because I don't think Hurts top 3. Never say I came on the show and said Hurts was top 5 one time, and then I was like, nah, Joe, he ain't top 5, but top 3. So all I'm saying is, like, Nick Sirianni, I give him a lot of credit. I ain't even mentioned that his his in-game decisions has been much better since that Jaguars game. Much better.
I think what you're saying, and go ahead, Mark.
I'm about to say, when it works, he's a genius. When it doesn't work, what are you
doing?
Like
Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell the same way.
But like Sirianni is way more aggressive than Dan Campbell is. Even like right now, he's still.
I don't know, Mark. You saw what he did yesterday?
I think Sirianni did some questionable things. Like go for it on like 4th and 6 on your opponent's territory. I'm like,
that's Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell
would do that. Just no point. Like,
bro,
he believe in his team a lot. Like, we can get 6 yards. Get 6 yards.
Mark,
we're gonna go for
40 seconds left in the game. You in field goal territory for sure. 4th and 1, and you go for it. Like what the heck? When he went for it, like, yo, what is he doing? They got the trenches. You know what I mean? So he trusts his team.
It's the same with Sirianni. He trusts his trenches, and he got good reason to.
Sirianni, I don't have an issue him being aggressive. It's sometimes like what are you doing? The Jaguars game.
I got you.
The Jaguars game. Jaguars could not score. Why are you going for 2 every time you score? Why are you being greedy for these extra points when the Jaguars can't even score themselves?
The kicker can't kick.
It's personal. It was personal. That's why. The kicker can't kick, but it was personal. Doug Peterson was on the other side.
Yeah,
you gotta think. Doug Peterson was on the other side.
Like you make sure you put 70 points on them.
Yeah.
But Blaze, the reason why he's on a hot seat because it was funky in your locker room early this season. It was funky in your locker room, bro. That's why he was on. Not because of this aggressive calling. It's because him and Hurts, that little joint with him, they weren't getting along. Remember they got on a golf cart ride together and they made a big deal out of it. Like that's why.
2 points and then we're gonna move to the MVP because we stumbled upon a whole nother subject here. But
we did.
1 point is I think where you coming from as far as with Nick Sirianni, he does too much micromanaging. He wants his hand too much in the he reminds me, he's like I hate that I gotta do this. Nick Sirianni is Jerry Jones if he was a head coach. Because that's how he is. He's going to come out. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to do all of this stuff. And even when there's calls being made in the game that we know he didn't do, like the Falcons game, well, we know for a fact that Kellen Moore made that call. He went up there and was like, that was my fault. That was on me. Like, he'll take the L, but he wants the credit also. So I think that's what ruined them last season because he wanted all the credit. Meaning, like, look, I hired this offensive coordinator. I hired this defensive coordinator. Oh, they suck? I'll do it. And then when things start going spiraling, he like, well, I gotta take that. I'm gonna take the brunt of it. But at the end of the day, it really wasn't me. So I think that's what it is. He does too much micromanaging. And the second point that I want to make, because I know you want to say something, Joe, is I still don't think they don't get along. I think the fact that Kellen Moore is there now and he has an offensive coordinator that Jalen Hurts probably talked to, that made the relationship better. But if they brought in an offensive coordinator that couldn't mend the relationship, or at least have someone that Jalen Hurts could go talk to every day, I don't think the Eagles played as well, because it would still be an issue.
Yeah, and winning heals all things. But I hear what you're saying, but yeah, Philly fans might be crying about. I think fans gonna cry regardless. The fans cried when Dan Quinn went for it against y'all. Remember that, Mark? Like when we used to play Philly, Dan Quinn, we've been going for it all year. We go for it against the Philadelphia Eagles. We don't get it. Fans cry. Yeah, they're gonna cry. But in my opinion, Nick Sirianni always been on a hot seat when there was funks coming through the locker room. Last year, the locker room was terrible, and that's when he got on the hot seat. Like, and then this year, when y'all were getting killed by the Buccaneers, when y'all lost to the Buccaneers, y'all teams didn't look like y'all wanted to play for Sirianni. Dead serious. Like, I remember me and AJ came on the show, and I'm like, yo, like y'all had all these missed tackles game after game, and you could just tell they weren't playing hard. And then y'all had a bye week, and then things just took off after that. So
I think they had to talk. He was like, look, offense, Kellen, defense, Vic, Siri, like, look, if y'all, that's it. And it works. It works. Jerry, take some hints. It works. Just get out the way.
I know what I'm talking about.
Now we know one GM was like, I'm gonna just get out the way. And they traded us, and they traded Stephon Diggs. And everyone said, can Josh Allen do it? Can Josh Allen do it without a number one receiver? Wide receiver by committee been working. Now he's looking like one of the front runners for MVP. But another team right there in New York, just a little bit down, maybe closer to the Jersey area. I know everyone started talking about it, but the clip has gone viral 6 million times. I know John Murray like, look, man, I just want to be an owner. Why y'all keep bringing this clip up? I'm upset. But Saquon's been out here running and gunning ever since, and he's been breaking records. Last year, it was a confusion on like who's actually gonna win MVP. We had three or four quarterbacks. I think it was Tua, Dak, Purdy, and Lamar, and they all were going and they all were like circling. And Josh Allen was there for some people the one guy who voted for him. And then Lamar found his way to be at the front of the pack. Now we got to talk about who we think who's the NFL MVP front runner now, because we seen Lamar play the Ravens and lose, but we seen Lamar go out there and lose games that he was supposed to win. We also seen Saquon not get the ball, but then we also seen Saquon go for 250. There's just been so much craziness going on in this NFL season. Now I got to ask, and I want to answer it. It's Saquon, man. I don't know what y'all think. Y'all thought I was going to say Josh Allen?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I 100% agree. I agree. I think it's Saquon. And well, right now it's Josh Allen, because
right now,
who's talking about right now?
Right now it's Josh Allen.
Who's the front runner right now?
Right now it's Josh Allen. But by the end of the season, who do I think will win it? By the end of the season, I think it's gonna be Saquon. But it got to be some things got to fall in line for Saquon to win it, and that's the Eagles getting the number one seed. Mm-hmm. And if the Eagles get the number one seed, it's almost guaranteed. I don't care where the Buffalo Bills finish, Saquon gonna get that award. One reason is because a running back hasn't won that award in I don't know how long. Two, if he do it, he's gonna end up breaking a single season record, which everyone's been, every great running back has been trying to do since, it was established. So, I mean, if he ends up even getting close to the record and they end up the number one seed, because Jalen Hurts don't win the Eagles these games. It's not Jalen Hurts. Even though he plays good, he plays to win, it's not Jalen Hurts that's going to win them these games. It's Saquon Barkley. You hand him the ball, you just, he can go silent for 3 quarters, but 1 quarter, or not even 1 quarter, it can be 3 minutes inside of 1 quarter. You can run for 150 yards. And it's scary. It's just like behind that O-line, there's nothing you can really do as a defense. That's why I think this game with Pittsburgh going to be so important, because if they can hold Saquon to under 80 yards, Josh Allen is his award for real. But if they don't and he runs all over Pittsburgh, this is Saquon's award. This is Saquon's award. So I'm going. I don't want anything good with the Eagles. I don't want it to happen. But I'm a ex running back by committee, so I'm going with the running backs on this one. And that's something I like when things change. It's not always the same. It's not always a quarterback every year. And I know FJA gonna probably be happy that, even though he had a better year than Lamar last year, Lamar got MVP just because his team won.
Ooh.
Saquon Barkley actually, you know, this the year he actually like Lamar would deserve MVP this year. I wouldn't fight this one last year. Nah, you don't deserve that one last year. But I think he'll definitely. I think the Saquon get the running back one this year. I think he do that this year. I'm going to Saquon at the end of the season. But right now with Josh Allen.
Mark that comment you said. There's a few Dak supporters somewhere from last year that's gonna be like, I tried to tell y'all, and then there's gonna be. And then I know there's gonna be Carl somewhere like, here we go.
He knows. I told Carl already. He understands, but he got it. So it is what it is. Congrats, Lamar. You know.
So just to clear it up, you think long term Saquon's gonna win it, but right now it's Josh Allen's award.
Yeah, I think at the end of the season, MVP when it's out, I think Saquon will win that award. But right now, at this very moment, going into Week 14, Josh Allen is the front runner.
It's Saquon. It's Saquon as the front runner, and it's Saquon as the winner. Because I agree with you that he does still have to play Pittsburgh, and we have to see how that offensive line is going to hold up so he can break for some runs. But what was the one thing everyone said about it? And we talked about it last week when we talked about the Eagles and Ravens game. Can the Eagles run the football on the Ravens? Because we know the Ravens secondary is suspect, but their run defense was kind of stout. They was priding themselves on that. And what did Saquon do? Have his MVP moment. When they were down 9-0, the Eagles found a way to get back into that game, but who closed the game out? Saquon Barkley. Right there. He finds ways. And this is the same Saquon that played for the Giants. Trust me, I know, because I seen him play against the Cowboys, even though their O-line was terrible. Saquon can give you 1 yard, 2 yard, 3 yard, and break out for 40. 1 yard, 2 yard, -8. 3 yards, 4 yards, and break out for 60. Like, he can do this. But behind his Eagles offensive line, he has earned the right to say he's one of the best running backs. He has definitely done a 180 on his career. And I'm going to stop right quick. I'm going to read this super chat. Shout out to Blaze with the $4.99 super chat. Hashtag shout out Mark. Eagles emoji. I like the Eagle pride tonight. Is it room for one more?
I'm gonna just say this. You know, y'all gotta play this
it's room for one more.
Y'all gotta play this weekend, and don't be mad at my upset pick.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, let's go. Let me finish what I got to say then. Shout out to Blaze with the $4.99.
Shout out to Blaze.
So yeah, Saquon been averaging 6.1 a carry, and it's just like every time he touches the ball, something magical happens outside of the Falcons game. But again, they didn't give him the ball when they needed to. They decided to pass it. So again, when they hand the ball to Saquon, great things happen. And literally everything we just said in that last block about the Eagles culture and how they've been winning, he's the sole reason. Like you said, every time something bad happens on offense or it feels like the offense is stalled, they give the ball to him. He's the most valuable player on that team, and they have nothing but weapons around him. I hate to say it, it's kind of like the CMC effect, but it's like a 5.0 version of it. Because the way they've been using their weapons is crazy. The way the defense has stepped up, Jalen Carter, there's just so many things that's gone right for a team that everything went wrong for last year. And hopefully it stops in the playoffs as me being a Cowboy fan. But right now, that's just what it's been for the Eagles.
He the best back in the league, hands down. I don't think he's the best back in the league.
Listen. Now, Jerry, that's what you need to be saying. Every time they bring up Derrick Henry, you be like, well, Saquon played for the Eagles. Why you keep bringing up Derrick Henry?
I said listen, I did not swear I was top 5. And some people was on me about him and C-Mac. I said, if give him a team like C-Mac, see what we can revisit the conversation. But look, right now I do think it's Josh Allen, but I'm with Mark. If he breaks the rushing record, I think it could be his. But here's the thing, though. I think he has to do more than what he already is doing, because the rushing record was broken in the 16-game season. We got to remember it's a 17-game season. Through 16 games, he's not even on track to hit 2,000, even though it's 1998. But he's not on track to hit 2,000. The rushing record is 2,107. So based off the 17-game season, he's on track to get 2,124 yards. So I would like to see Saquon try to break this record in 16 games. If Saquon Barkley, or get 2,000 yards at least in 16 games. If Saquon Barkley could get 2,000 yards in 16 games, which he's on track to get 1998. All right, which is only 2 yards short. If he can do that and break the rushing record while being that high seed, I think you have to give it to him. But I'm gonna keep it a buck. He might not win it still. You know why? Because of the media love for Josh Allen.
There we go.
The Josh Allen media love. They've been wanting Josh Allen to win MVP this like for the longest, and he's always fell short. Always fell short. So look at last year. He got a first place vote last year. How? Hey Mark, I know you said that. I know you said that Josh Allen had a better season than Lamar Jackson. I disagree. Josh Allen was up there with turnovers. Lamar only has 2 interceptions the whole year.
Oh no, I didn't say last year. Last year, I don't think he deserved it or Josh Allen. Neither one of them should even be MVP. Oh, if you're going regular season,
if we're going based off numbers, maybe Lamar no. But based off the criteria, yeah, Lamar won. But Josh Allen, right now, he's only the MVP because he has, it's his record. He's a quarterback. He beat Mahomes. I mean, it's nothing glaring about his resume for real. It's just the fact that he's plays the quarterback position and they're winning. He's basically in the same situation as Lamar Jackson last year. Lamar Jackson didn't have no glaring numbers, but Lamar was winning. But Lamar won all his marquee matchups. He didn't. He lost to Lamar Jackson. The thing is, his marquee matches that he lost happened early in the season. He lost to the Texans. He lost to the Ravens. But we all know it's a narrative award too. So he beat the Chiefs already. He smoked the 49ers. He got the Lions next week. You know what? If he beat the Lions, y'all, Saquon Barkley might not win it. I'm sorry. If he beat the Lions, the media is going to give it to Josh Allen because he has beaten the Lions and the Chiefs, and they want Josh Allen to get this award. Come on, y'all. Y'all really think Spurs gonna get it?
They always beat the Chiefs in the regular season, man.
The Chiefs were undefeated though, Tomo. This is different. They were undefeated. And the Detroit Lions can't lose. So they beat both of them in the same year and they win out. And he captures number 1 seed. He's going to win MVP. But the best chance that Saquon Barkley has, I would say, knock out 2,000 rushing yards in 16 games and knock out this rushing record. And like Mark said, capture that number 1 seed. If you do that, people will be fighting against Josh Allen. But I think Josh Allen gonna win though because of that. But
now, what if Josh Allen go out there and play the Lions and throw 4 interceptions?
Then he drops, right? He drops, and then Saquon automatically gets the number 1 spot if he wins. Saquon got to keep winning though too.
But what if he dropped? He throw 4 interceptions and win?
Nah, bro. Because Jared Goff did that too.
Just seen Detroit throw 5 and win.
And Jared Goff went down.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, some people still try to fight for him. They like, I mean, I know y'all want to throw that out there, but you technically having an MVP season.
You see, Dave right. If he beat the Lions, that would be his Lamar game. And Lamar wasn't even spectacular. The defense, I think Brady had like 4 interceptions.
It was a bad night.
Came in there. Huh?
It was a beautiful day for me, but it was a bad night for the 49ers. That night was bad.
Is that prime time? Matter of fact.
It was.
No, I'm talking about the Bills
the Lions.
and the Lions next week.
Probably not. Tony Romo got to call that game. You know, Tony Romo somewhere like I have to call this game.
Yeah, when they did like Chiefs and the Bills, we all knew Romo had that down pat.
I don't even think his co-host had a chance to talk. He was so ecstatic. Nah, see, it's on CBS at 4:30. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
that's time even.
So
yeah, bro. If he win that game. I'm sorry. And who the Eagles play that week? They play the Steelers.
Yeah, because they got the Panthers. Yep.
I'm telling y'all, the MVP works like that. Like, at this time of the year, it's week by week basis now. What you did in the past don't really matter no more. What position are you in right now? Okay, now we know Lamar. He kind of knocked himself out by losing to the Eagles. Yeah. You know, unless the Steelers start losing. So right now it's Josh Allen, Saquon, and that's probably it. Jared Goff is sneaking there, huh?
Yeah, in the field.
Yeah, Jared Goff is there, but it's those two. So on a week by week basis, Saquon go crazy, Josh Allen lose, he gonna pass Josh Allen. But if Saquon does bad and they lose, and Josh Allen does good, they win, then he kind of lost for the year probably, unless Josh Allen do something horrendous. So it's about a week by week basis.
All right, so we gotta talk about wins
for him.
You gotta be because it ain't for me.
Hey, for us, Blade, because he gave us a lot of good memories.
I mean, as he's a good Cowboy, like he was a great Cowboy player. But if you ask me as Tony Romo, the announcer, I want to cut all ties with the guy because there'd be some moments I'm like,
They love
bruh,
him though.
that's for because he makes the game so easy to watch for novices because he breaks it down to the point where it's like, when you ever been around a person like, explain to me like I'm in kindergarten. And that's what Tony Romo can do for people. But when you like know football or watch football a lot, you like, okay,
Exactly.
you're a quarterback. You knew they were going to run the ball.
And he be wrong a lot too, bro. He be wrong a lot. What's the tight end? What's the tight end? Never tight end run the ball. He like, bro, like stop trying to guess every play, bro.
Imagine as a Cowboy fan, you watching, you like, so you couldn't see when you was gonna throw the pick? See it now, but you couldn't see that. You could have.
He be citing regular stuff too.
Anyway, speaking of regular, Mark, what we gonna do, man? This has been a regular for the Wizards for the last few years, man. Now I gotta introduce this because there's some folks in Detroit that gotta hear it.
Oh,
the Wizards are now approaching the Pistons' infamous record after their 16th loss. They got blown out to the Mavericks by 36 points on Thursday night. It was 136-101. The loss was actually worse than that because at one point the Mavericks had a 42-point lead on the road. They was in DC, so they was here. They was right there, at the cap. But the Pistons lost 28 games in a row, Mark, last year. The Wizards are right now at 16. Yeah, we getting airtime. That's why I'm here. Yeah. That's why you started shows, so you could be the voice of the unheard. That's why. So yeah. Mark. How you feeling, man?
Look, man, this might be the worst Wizards team that we had in a long time. But the team is like really, really young. You got you got starters as rookies. That's starting like more than like, 3 positions in the rookies. So you got a new starting center, you got a new starting point guard, a new starting 3, and it's just the future looks good, like in the next 2-3 years. And I don't know if they try and tank for Cooper Flag. I don't know what's going on. But the future looks nice, but as of right now, it's embarrassing to watch the team. I used to look forward to watching the Wizards games even when they lost. Like I used to cite things like, "Oh yeah, we got good players and all that." Now it's just that we got good players, but I'm tired of losing. And then the whole month of November, just DC sports in general was just not where it's at. The whole month of November, DC sports overall. But now the Wizards look like they're carrying this over in December. I don't think we hit that 28 games. I don't. I feel like we might surprise the team. In fact, we might actually win, against the Nuggets, which is just crazy to say, but that's like an upset that I think that might happen tomorrow at 7. But it's just embarrassing to watch the team. We get out rebounded by every team we play. We lose by almost. I think the closest game we had was against the Buccaneers. I mean, I said the Buccaneers, Milwaukee Bucks, and we lost by like 11 points or something like 114-124, 10 points.
Yeah.
So. That was it was a 10-point loss was our best game. The best loss we had almost that whole month. We've been getting blown up by 20, 30 points every game. It's like watching, a college team versus an NBA team. And it's just like, that's literally what we're watching. It's a college team versus an NBA team. So, I mean, the players that we have don't have years of experience playing college basketball. We can't score when we need to score. We can't play defense when we need to play defense. We can't get rebounds when we need to get rebounds. We don't get second chance points. It's like at first I thought it was the coach last year, but like it's almost like I don't think a coach can fix this. It's the players, and it's like maybe it's the scheme, or maybe it's the arena. I don't know, but like just something has to change. The team was sold. It's a whole new monumental sports network showing the Wizards games now. It's no longer not Monument Sports.
No. I'm sorry, Mark. I was reading. We can see the comments before they come up.
Oh, it's missing Pat Jones. Nah, man.
I'm talking about
we should have. Maybe we should have hired Sam Cassell as a coach. Maybe I don't know. I think that should have been. I don't know, man. It's so many problems with the Wizards. I don't think we 28 games in a row bad, but like it's not good. It looks similar to last year and not as good. And that's not good at all because we wasn't good at all last year. So I mean, the Wizards is. I always have hope. Hope is one of my favorite things. The one thing I don't have hope for is the basketball team in Washington D.C.
What?
I love that team, but it's like I don't have no hope this season or next season for this team. Well, next season I don't know, but this season it's nothing. I don't see nothing. I had us winning. I said 30 games, but like we might not even touch 25. So I don't know.
Okay, Tom, I got different perspective. Go ahead.
I might see now. You know how y'all Commanders fans, y'all have Decorius. I might have to be the Decorius in this situation because Mark, I believe everything happens for a reason. You know what I mean? And you said it. We got an 18-year-old. I think Bub Carrington played one or 2 years in college. Then you got George, who just came in from the league. Like you said, at one point we had the youngest starting five in Wizards history, and they were all not even eligible to go to the club at this point. So they were out there just earning time. Again, this is a bridge year. So for them to lose 16 straight, I kind of figured something like this would happen. I don't see 28. They get to 28. I can see the franchise. Now I'm looking at the league office saying, like, are y'all tanking? Because that's insane. 28 games. Like at first, and even early in the season, they were actually playing defense at some point. Like these youngins was trying to win these games. And now, like I said, I looked up, I seen 42 and cut the TV off. I said, 42? Nah, ain't no way. The only silver lining in this is one, we have the rookies, and the trade value for Jordan Poole is going through the roof. Jordan Poole is
get Kuzma out of here, please.
But what I'm saying is though, from last year Jordan Poole to this year's Jordan Poole, we might can get some first round picks, man. We might can get some first round picks the way he been balling. Now I know they probably are still trying to figure out if he gonna be the actual face of the franchise, but they're leveraging this season now to turn it around, kind of like what they did in OKC. You know what I mean? I am just a little bit. But I see the vision, you know. It's not like Jerry Jones saying he going all in and then don't sign nobody and look up and it's like, I mean, I need a running back. So for this situation, Malcolm Brogdon can probably be traded. We know Jonas Valanciunas is already getting phone calls. Marvin Bagley won't be here next year. This roster will not be the same next year. Now, if we lose 20 games straight, Mark, and we come back on here, then I'm going to be with you. All hope is gone. But I didn't expect us to do too much this season. I thought we were going to be competitive at least. This is bad. But look what the Pistons did after they lost 28 straight. Now they like in the hunt. They one of the best teams in the East right now. So that's what you can lean your head on right now.
We do got some stuff. I do like Keyshawn George. He's really smooth. I like Bud. And I like Saw. Not offensively, Saw still got to get it together, but defensively, Saw he's a stud defensively. So, I mean, it's just that the other pieces, it's just not working right now. I like Bilal. He getting better every game, every year. Every year, I should say. But outside of that, though, we ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing. And I like how they did with OKC. I know we got the GM from OKC. And like you seen what OKC did, they turned everything around. You know, they drafted Shai. I don't know if we drafted our Shai Gilgeous-Alexander yet, or if we're gonna do it in the draft that's coming up, which I feel like we will with Cooper. I feel like we're gonna end up getting Cooper Flag in the draft. But like, I ain't got no hope right now with this team. I don't think we're losing 28 straight. But if we go like you lose 23 straight, I'm not surprised. But I don't think we get bad to lose 28 straight. I think the young guns put it together 1 W and then probably lose another 18 in a row. But
I can see that. I mean, I'm not saying have hope for this season, but I wouldn't say jump off the bandwagon. I wouldn't say jump off the fan wagon just yet.
Oh no, I'm not jumping off the fan wagon. It's just I just don't have any hope. It's like you with Dallas this year. You had no hope. So, I mean, same.
Hashtag give it up, Mark. Shout out to Blaze with the 199. Tell me somebody had no hope. I did have a little bit of hope for the Cowboys.
Yeah, no hope.
Then my quarterback got hurt, and I was like, it is what it is. I'm just free falling. Y'all heard that song. Can't sing it for copyright reasons. But shout out to Blaze again for the 199. He said hashtag give it up, Tomo. You're right. I'm gonna give it on up because we're gonna talk about the NBA Cup at this point. We gotta talk about some winners.
Hold on. Can I my two?
Why you want to do that? You got the Kings.
I didn't just talk about this, Joe.
Real quick. Only quick. So I'm with Tomo though. It's a bridge season, but I do want to point out this. This is a terrible season y'all having. Offensive rating, y'all 30th. Points per game, 28th. Field goal percentage, 26th. 3-point percentage, 29th.
I ain't want to read that.
Defensive rating, 30th. Y'all last in offensive rating.
I got all that right here. I ain't want to read it out loud.
Y'all last in defensive rating and offensive rating. I think I ever said it before. All right, 30th in points per games allowed, field goal percentage allowed 26, 3-point percentage allowed 28. But like Tom was saying, it's a bridge here, man. I mean, y'all throwing the season to the trash because y'all just building on lottery stock. Y'all got some core guys that can be like Bilal, Keyshawn, Alexar, and I even like Carrington. But like, y'all got guys that y'all can like not build around. They could be pieces for something y'all can build around, And I don't think y'all have y'all SGA yet, but I do think that y'all are building. Like y'all don't have y'all head coach yet. Y'all gonna go through this whole season, and then y'all gonna get a head coach who's gonna change the whole culture for y'all. So, as a Wizards fan, man, just buy the tickets and enjoy basketball while the tickets still cheap. Just take advantage of the cheap tickets right now.
That's why I had to sell my season tickets at one point. They wanted to raise the price and put bad product on the floor. I'm like, how you gonna raise the price? And I'm like, I'll watch that from home.
The McRib is back.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
The McRib is back, basically.
Man, let's stop playing. Hey, I'm with you, Ty. I'm already there. That's why the neighborhood was founded, to have a co-op amongst people who seem aren't doing good, but they on the bridge of doing good. And the 76 has been partying with us ever since.
Blaze put a whole super chat to say give it up. No, I like the one where he said, y'all got this topic to kill time.
Yeah. He said, oh, y'all must be trying to kill some time. Actually, I mean, I see what you're saying, Blaze. Blaze want to be our producer. He's like, we could have got this one out the way first, huh? I'm with you. But let's talk about the NBA Cup, man. We went from last year, everyone saying, what's going on with the floors? Why the floors look like that? What is this? Tournament? What is this tournament stuff? What are they trying to do here? And the fact that it happens in between regular season games, so you'll have the Bucks playing on a normal floor, but then you'll have the Wizards losing on a extravagant floor. It's just like people weren't really picking it up. But the quarterfinals have been set. I gotta zoom in so I can see these teams here. So we got in the East, got the Bucks versus the Magic. And shout out to the Magic, they've been doing their thing. Shout out, including while Paulo is down. Shout out to RBO Bond. Then we got the Knicks versus the Hawks. And out west, we got the Thunder versus the Mavericks. My dark horse, but they ain't have to do us like that yesterday. And then the Rockets versus the Warriors. So, guys, who you got winning? Who do you think comes out victorious this year? Because the Lakers are nowhere near.
I'll be quick. I'm my two finalists out the East. I got Orlando. Out the West, I got OKC. And winning the whole thing, I got OKC.
Hey, ball for ball.
For real, you got?
Ball for ball. I mean, my sleeper team was the Hawks. The way they playing, the way they've been Trae Young, especially at home. The Hawks at home has been, something serious. But Orlando, man, the emergence of Franz Wagner, he's superstar. He's been playing lights out. So I mean, Dame has been good, and you can never count out, the Bucks. As long as Giannis and Dame healthy, you can never count them out. But Orlando has been on a tear. Mm-hmm. And the Knicks is good, but it's like, you don't want to see the Hawks at the wrong time. Trae Young has been putting on a clinic, averaging like 11, 12 assists a game.
Yeah, he had 17 against us.
He be going crazy. So I mean, but coming out of everything, I did have the Magic and the Thunder, as the top two, with the Magic winning the whole thing.
I think the Rockets, they're not sneaky, but I think the Rockets can come out the West too and win the whole thing. The Rockets are a solid team. I would love to see Orlando versus the Rockets.
Hold up. So this game, are they playing in New York? Because you already know how Knicks fans
No,
feel
they
about.
play New York. Yeah, they play.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah. Trey Young is New York fans in the playoff atmosphere too. They cover the playoff atmosphere.
Yeah.
oh, that's gonna be great.
Well, we got 2 in. What's on
Oh, that's gonna be great. I got, but to win the whole thing, Warriors have been a sneaky team, man. They've been a sneaky team.
They're not in them, but
Yeah.
The Warriors.
They play the Rockets.
Yeah, they play the Rockets.
no, I'm talking about the Blazers. He got to say, what about Harden?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
no,
Clippers
no.
not in there. Because of that.
The Warriors been on the. They've been sliding no time.
I know that's what I'm saying.
They beat the Rockets already. Oh, sorry, they beat the Rockets. You're right. The Warriors always beat the Rockets.
They a sneaky team, but I think I got OKC winning. I got OKC winning it all. I think these young is on a mission this year. I've been trying to back the Timberwolves a lot just in this season. You know, once and it was called Tony Romo name and I shot with the football, but it seemed like they still trying to get their chemistry together. I thought the Knicks was gonna still have their moment, but I got OKC winning it. But coming out the East, what's up with the Bucks, man?
They can be a good team.
I think it's gonna be OKC and the Hawks, and I got OKC winning it.
I think the Magic gonna blow out the Bucks.
I think they are. I wouldn't be surprised if the Magic win the whole thing, though. I wouldn't be surprised.
I got the Magic winning the whole thing.
Oh, you got the winning. Oh yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah.
So me and Tom got OKC. You got Orlando. Javon will be proud.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I was tuning the RBO. I've been tuned in.
He said Houston Harden. Oh, okay. Houston Harden has returned. All right. So again, I'm gonna spend this weekend, and we're gonna come up with a name, Joe. I'm gonna throw some random names out there. But I try to go back and watch the episode, and the thought didn't come back to me. I was like, dang, I thought I had it, but something gonna pop up. We got to do our weekly upset alerts. I think right now, if we keep a tally, I can't go back to the weeks before, so I'm gonna just say we 1-1.
Well, I'm 2-1.
Okay. I think if that's the case, then I'm
1-2. 3-1. I picked the Cardinals twice and the Titans.
Well, then if we going off of that, I gotta say I'm going. No. I'm 1-3.
Yeah,
I've been the Panthers. I went to the Panthers too many times. So, and this week I'm not even about to waste my time going there. So you do not have to worry about that one. Upset alert is where we go and we look at the NFL. We look at the schedule for the weekend, and then we got to figure out who we want to be the upset of the week. We can base it upon. It's mostly based upon the spread because it's too easy to look at the teams and the rosters and say, okay, this is who I'm going with. So, Joe, who you got?
Mark mentioned it in pregame. Chargers over the Chiefs.
Oh, I gotta change my pick.
Well, I got another one. I got another one I can go with if you want to do that. I got 2. Sorry. You do my other one?
Yeah,
my other one, Falcons over the Vikings.
That was a good backup.
I'm picking the Falcons over the Vikings. Now, the Falcons, yes, everybody is caught up into Kirk Cousins' last game. I get it. His last 3 games for real, he hasn't been great. Mm-hmm. But the Falcons have shown offensive power this season. They have offensive power on that end. Kirk Cousins going back to this old place. The last time he went back to his old place, sad to say, was Commanders. He won that game. So he's undefeated in his previous locations. Plus, although the Vikings have been winning, they've been sliding they've been sliding past victories last few games. Yeah, the Vikings, they do a good job on the run, but they're not one of the best passing defenses in the NFL. And that's where Kirk Cousins can eat at. Now, they are opportunistic. They force turnovers, and that could be a problem for Kirk Cousins. But I do think Kirk Cousins is going to roll up into Minnesota and win that game. So I'm going with the Falcons for the upset.
Mark?
Oh. I know I've been very eagle agreeable earlier, but my upset pick is Carolina over Philadelphia.
Wait.
Yes, sir. I'm picking the Panthers. You picked them at the wrong time. That's what it was.
They almost won that. No, they won. No, I picked the Cowboys. They beat y'all.
Yeah, you picked them at the wrong time. This supposed to have been the week you picked the Panthers. I
picked them. They almost won last week. Yeah. They almost won.
Bro, me, you, and Dave, it came down to the wire. All of our picks.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I want to hear. Go ahead. I want to hear your explanation. Go
It's not funny. Mark,
Probably still miss.
yo, Mark, why
I
you
was
picking the
reading. I'm
Panthers, man?
sorry.
Yeah. Why you picking the Panthers?
Like the Eagles do. Eagles get lucky a lot. I feel like sometimes they get lucky. Sometimes they do get lucky a lot. They just gonna go into Carolina and lose. They're just gonna lay an egg. I don't think it's gonna be like, dang, why you ain't do this or why you ain't do that? Sirianni you was too aggressive. I know we playing the Panthers, but they still an NFL team. I feel like I'm gonna hit that this weekend. I know we're playing the Panthers, but they're still an NFL team. You know, like you ain't gotta go for it on 4th and 9 and on the 30-yard line. But I just got the Eagles losing. I think right now I picked the Eagles to lose probably almost every game this season. So it's just This is really an upset I got. Bryce Young has been looking a lot better. The defense been playing better with Carolina. The offense been looking good. Adam Thielen back, and Chuba Hubbard's been running. He just got an extension, and he's been running hard. So I mean, I'm picking Carolina upset.
If they lose to Carolina, this would be a terrible loss for them.
$3.1 million.
3.1 million. Oh man.
3.1 million.
It gotta be a bad day. I don't see them losing to the Panthers. Not after everybody saying you the best team in the NFL. You can't do that one.
Bro.
You can't have
after beating the Ravens in Baltimore too. Come on.
Yeah, they're too high, you know.
Can't lose that game.
All right, so for mine, I didn't want to be a homer this week, so I was like, I'm gonna relax. That's why I picked the Chargers this week because I definitely said I could have been Cowboys over the Bengals. And speaking of that, Joe, what was that show that you went on? What was the show?
We talking
about
the debate, the LeBron
Street Noise. No, Street Noise.
Okay, Street
there
Noise.
we go. Yeah, I remember a long time ago when Cooper Rush was the starting quarterback, and Joe was on the show, and I said they're gonna beat the Bengals, and the other Cowboy fan was like, "Well, he don't know football, and he ain't a Cowboy fan because they gonna get smoked by the Bengals." And Cooper Rush and Trayvon Diggs went out there and did what they were supposed to do, and they beat the Bengals.
And he supposed to cash me some money for that too. But go ahead.
I'm still waiting for that order haircut. Just let me know where the barbershop at. I'll show up. All right, you know what I mean? I got to see who you cut first because you might be upset. You know, I don't want you to mess me up because you lost a bet a few years ago.
Hold on, you talking about Joe getting the cut?
No.
Oh, I'm about to say.
That was yeah.
You know, I still cut my hair. It's on flex right now too. It's on flex.
Let me get it 0 all the way around.
Hey, that's probably the cheapest one too. Talking about save a lot of money. Do it myself.
That's how you know if I come on here with a bald head, that's how you know he earned the bet. He wanted he cashed in his money because he's like, man, I'm mad. I'm like, all right, see. But look, I'm going with the Chargers more so because again, this division right now is the Chiefs to lose. Again, they have already lost their one game, but I don't see the Chiefs going into the playoffs with just one loss. I don't see that happening. A lot of teams are going to take one L, but if I say the quote, somebody's going to out there hear it, and this is why the Chargers are going to win this game because who's got it better than us? Nobody. And the Chargers have been playing like a better team. They actually like this coach. They've been rallying to him. I think the last thing I seen was when Derwin caught an interception. He ran right over and gave it right to Harbaugh. I was like, here you go. And then going off of that tough loss, they already suffered a tough loss to another good team with the Ravens. They felt like they should have won that game. And now what better way to do it than to turn around and beat your divisional foe? Mm-hmm. So I think they're going to go out there and make it happen. And Dave, I know you watching. I made a trade with you, Dave.
Oh,
I'm the ultimate dummy, bro, because I made the trade with you, Dave, and now JK on IR, man.
Oh, yeah.
IR. And likely don't even get the ball. So anybody out there in our fantasy league that say Tomo don't make good deals, I want you to know I made a deal, and now I'm over here saying like one player don't get the ball and the other one on IR. So Teddy, you should have made a trade.
Hey, also, I thought one of y'all gonna pick the Bears over the 49ers. I'm not gonna lie.
I was until I seen Trent Williams.
I don't trust the Bears right
now. The Bears been playing well though. They got a new head coach.
Still lose.
A new head coach.
Play well or lose. I just don't think they. I don't know.
Me, I thought it was too easy because I know Trent is not playing today. He's not playing on Sunday. Trent Williams not playing. Yeah. So
Still,
Trent Williams
yeah.
not playing, CMC not playing. It's just too many factors for the 49ers not to.
It's too many factors for the Bears not to win that game. The Bears needs to win this game. Like
They
they
trying
have
to help
to
y'all
win this
pick them.
game.
Hey, look, real quick. The Chiefs are -4 against the Chargers. The Eagles are -13.5. Woo! They lose. At 13 have underdogs. I mean not underdogs, favorites. And the
Take the
Falcons
points.
and the Vikings are -6.
Take the points. When it's spread like that, it's crazy. I take the points. I think the Panthers can at least cover. I don't think they win.
I think the Panthers come out and outright win the game. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles lay ahead.
He said, "How is the Bears beating 49ers an upset?"
It's not. That's not really an upset. It's not.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we on a bye week, Marks. We chilling.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm going to work this week. I'm gonna work this Sunday because I'm gonna have red zone on my TV at my store. But I'm going to work this Sunday. That's it.
And then I got a game. Hey, Tomo, we lost the first game of the season, man.
For real?
First game of the season, bro. And we
You
lost
said it though. You said it.
Dog.
Revenge tour.
So my last words is this. Shout out to the whole R2 network. Shout out to the whole R2 family. Shout out to Lambo and Lo. In the intro song, Refuse to Lose, the best sports intro song in sports history.
Before you do your last word, once you're done with the shout out, I'm gonna do the superstar members. I think we should do it all at the same time.
Okay, cool. Shout out to Ed Han also with the logo. Refuse to Lose logo. Go ahead, Tomo.
And then shout out to our superstar members because we do have new members that are joining. And again, we need some more superstar members. We want y'all to be a part of what we got going on. I know the tier is going up, but as you look at the world around you, all the prices is going up. The price has been the same with Refuse to Lose for about 2 years now. Now, when inflation hit Refuse to Lose, we want I don't want to hear y'all crying because we was at $9.99 for you to be a superstar for about 2 years now. You can't get nothing for $9.99 no more unless you're doing some stuff on the internet. But you can't. This ain't that stuff on the internet. Spend the $9.99, become a member so you can get some of these perks. Shout out to our superstar members. Shout out to Worm, Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Cardo, Coach, Vaughn, Lamar, Giovanni, and Chris. And you. Click the link, become a member.
All right. Shout out to Ty for a reminder. I supposed to announce this on Tuesday.
Yay.
So the show MVP of this month, I supposed to have the graphic ready, all that stuff, but it's no surprise. It's in the red corner. In the red corner has won again. Where's the cheering sound effect?
My bad. I had to go get mine.
I got you, Tom. I got you. Go ahead and chill. I got you, bro. I got you. Shout out to In the Red Corner. Number one for 3 months in a row. We got one more month left. So let's see if they can close the month out on a 4-month win streak. I know BWT, they were not as close as y'all think they were. They weren't close. I'm gonna put out the scores afterwards. BWT, but most of the shows have grown once again, which I'm excited about. I feel like the competition, it rise of all tides. That's how it works. My last words.
My bad. I had to do
shout out to Tomo. He's a co-host in the Red Corner. Shout out to Ty. Shout out to Ricky. And Tomo, you can address that on your last words.
I got you.
All right. So my last words, shout out to the Commanders. Commanders, you're on a bye week, chill, relax, rest up. You needed it 13 weeks straight. Football, you had a short week, 1 week. And the Eagles, y'all need this rest. Come back strong, better than ever. Sacramento Kings, can y'all please get on a win streak? I mean, at least 2 games. I mean, I know the Wizards, y'all struggling, but we were planning to do something good this year. We're at 10-13, 3 games under 500. Can we get on a 3-game win streak so we can get at least at 500? We had our best win of the year against Houston. We had a best win of the year against Houston, and then turn around and lose to John Morant and the Grizzlies when Ja got strapped. Ja, he got attacked, got ejected, and we still lost. So come on, Kings, step it up. Texas got a big game on Saturday. I think it's Saturday. No, Friday. I think it's either tomorrow. Hold on,
today,
Friday.
right?
It's
Today
Saturday.
is Friday. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I don't know what the game is. We got a big game this weekend, and we play Georgia rematch. Let's go, SEC champions. Let's get it. Shout out to Dave also for getting 100 subscribers on Dave's Doghouse. And oh my gosh, I had one more thing to say. I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, my basketball team. I gotta give it's sports related. Give my shout out to my team. Listen, y'all. Oof. First game of the season, we played one of the worst teams in the league, Tomo, in March. Last week, we won the championship game. I watched this team play. They lost by 40. 40. Now, they did add some extra guys I've never seen before. But as we diving up the starting five, people on our team like, hey, y'all, we're going to just work on some stuff this game, man. It's going to be an easy game. Hey, guys on the sideline, hey, Joe, if y'all win by 100, y'all trash. Y'all win by 100, y'all trash. I'm like, oh, man, I'm chilling. You know what I mean? I go back and watch the film. Dog, I took 5 shots the whole first half. 5 shots. That's it. Everybody else took more shots than me. I was chilling the whole first half. And we were down by like 8 points on the first half. So I'm going to be a lot more aggressive Sunday. You know, I can't wait till Sunday. You know, I'm actually going to the court after this. You know, I signed for a membership to play from 9 and 1 anytime a.m. I'm going after this and get some shots up. You know what I mean? Get ready for Sunday. But it's still revenge tour, Mark. It's still revenge tour. Let's get it.
So hold on, Joe. So this is what we gotta do. Friday's episode, you give us a quick update of the game going into the game, and then Tuesday you gotta give us a recap. I didn't know you had film. I know on the IG story, I was posted up and you was out there coaching. You talking about your love for coaching. You like, man, get on the block. You gotta keep us updated now, Joe. We invested.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna start sending the link. I record every game now. I'm gonna send the link in the chat.
Right, and y'all play Georgia. That's why it's a big game on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah. We got Georgia. Yeah.
All right, Mark.
Man, I just want to say shout out to everybody here. You know, shout out to Dave. He did the show earlier, Dave's Doghouse. Shout out to Joe. He's been online all day. He did college Carl earlier. And
got Kings Talk later on.
And then they got Kings Talk later on. That's 3 in a day. You feel me? So shout out to Joe. Shout out my cousin, man, Gary Antonio and Antoine Russell. They played. My man got a fight. He fighting on Gervonta Davis undercard. He fight Lamar Roach. So that's a fight I might be able to go to. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a good one. I'm just shout out to them, man. Shout out to family, man. So it's gonna be shout out to R2L, shout out to Chats, everything. We having a good time. You know, I'm happy to be here. That's it.
That's good.
All right, and my last words again, shout out to everybody on the network. Shout out to each and every person that participate in each and every last one of the chats. Trust me, my notifications tell me that you all participate, especially when there's a heated debate. Man, sometimes you gotta put your phone on mute. But I want to say a special shout out to In the Red Corner. And I'll also we got an episode coming out on Sunday because, you know, we got to talk about the press conferences and then the other fights and stuff that's coming up. So shout out to Gary Russell too, man, Mark. We gotta have you on one of the episodes, man, to talk about the up and coming fight.
You ain't gonna get me. We're gonna get one of them to have to come talk on it.
Hey,
so I just gotta get to Enigma Gym, man. As soon as I come back tomorrow, I'm in Enigma, so I can have any type of conversation I want with anybody I want. So I mean, Showtime might actually be there. I don't know, but
and I'm gonna tell you straight like this.
I get one of the brothers to talk, or I get somebody out there. So I get somebody in the Red Corner.
That's a bet. I'm gonna tell you like this: when you schedule it, make sure you reach out to that guy right there. Ty coordinates everything. Ty make sure that me and Ricky stay in line. Even when Ty get off kilter a little bit, he makes sure we stay in line.
If you want to, we can do this. We can go in March, man. I can see if I can get some tickets. See what my cousin can do for me. Get some nice tickets. We can go to New York. We can watch the fight, the whole thing. We good. Like this one I might actually go to. So
it's good.
I'm with it.
It's gonna be one of the biggest fights in the area. But I want to say shout out to Ty and Ricky for keeping In the Red Corner going. You know them guys, man. They keep me on point even on Sundays when the Cowboys is playing at 4:00. I'm like, oh man, I gotta stop and do the show. So we gotta make sure something shake. But hats off to them guys, man, for keeping the fight going. No pun. And shout out to everybody that participates, because when I tell you every Sunday, well, every other Sunday when we do an episode, there's literally a new person that shows up. So however you all are finding the episodes, we glad that you're doing it and we're glad that you're liking it. And just to talk a little trash, you know, it feels good to be on the main show and have a number one show outside of it. You know, you gotta keep up. you know, I gotta talk a little stuff because Dave, you done did all the shows. I mean,
I feel you.
Joe, you done did all the shows, but
nah. I gotta catch up with King Talk.
But nah, man, hats off to everybody, man. This thing wouldn't be here without you, Joe, man. You planted this seed and look how it's growing, man. Every year something new happens, and I'm just glad to be a part of the ride.
Hey, In the Red Corner, y'all chemistry is like A1.
Right. It's scared. Sometimes I forget because I'll be about to say some words I'm not supposed to because it's Sunday afternoon, but I'll be like, nope, still can't do that.
Yeah, y'all go off on topic. You know what I mean? Y'all go off, but it's still on. You know what I mean? You know, y'all are so. Oh, go ahead.
And to the one guy that commented on that short that said we don't know nothing about boxing because we wanted to compare other boxers. Ty said it in the comments. If you ever feel like anything that we're not saying right on in the red corner or refuse to lose, the door is open for you to come on and try to prove us wrong. I'm all welcome to be proven wrong. Don't be a comment warrior.
Yeah.
Or join the chat and we can talk about it in the chat. It's up to you.
There it is. That's even better.
He's still the best man. Hey, you got it. You got it.
Let's get it. All right, y'all. It's a great show today. It's Friday. Y'all enjoy your weekend, you know, and we will be back here on Tuesday, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.
Cowboys won.
Go.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.